I believe we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Katie, and this channel is, well, it's about a lot of things, but in particular, I support other creatives and other people who want to show up big in their life and be on purpose and live a life inspired. And so I do a lot of that through art and creativity and expression. I'm an art teacher and I love sharing what I'm learning and what I'm exploring for myself. And so today's video is going to be all about the top 5 emotional release practices that I use to improve my mental health, my physical health, and just keeping my body moving and being high on energy and living a life inspired. And these are things that have specifically supported me. And I'm going to show you some tips and tricks around each of those. And I would love to know, as you watch this, what most excites you about the things that I'm sharing. What is something that you want to take away from this video that you actually want to implement in your life out in the world? Even if there's one thing on this list that you're like, I want to work on that, then I would love to know about that. So you can chat on the side if you are live with us, or down below if you're watching this after. If you don't know me, I'm Katie, and I'm really excited that you're here. So let's get started into the video. First, the very first of the top 5 emotional release practices that I use is journaling. And I actually didn't think about it, but here I am. I happen to have my journal here, and I want to show you. Actually, let me grab. I want to grab all my journals because I only use one journal. I only use one kind of journal in the history of journal using. I use these. They're called Minimalism Art. And they are a company that is based in San Francisco, and they are leather bound, and they are, I don't remember how many pages there are, but they're bullet journal. So they don't have lines in them. They just have bullets. And I love these, especially as an artist, because if I have things that I want to add to it, or I want to draw, or I want to even paint. I want to show you some of my paintings in here. Like, sometimes I actually paint in my journals. And it's really great that I can do this because it's not, you don't have the bullet journal situation. So I love these journals. They come in a lot of different colors. This is the blue because I'm in the vibe of blue. This is the one that I'm currently using. But I also have had a light purple one, kind of a lavender pinkish. And the first one that I ever got was an orange one. If you know me, then you know that I love orange. So all of these are really fantastic. And I love this company. I love what they are up to. I love painting, journaling, drawing in these journals. And the reason I wanted to share with you the journal first before I tell you the tips and the benefits of journaling, a lot of us know about journaling. A lot of us have seen or talked to people who happen to journal. And I have rarely met people who journal every day. And so I journal every day. I journal absolutely every day for at least a minimum of an hour, sometimes 2. And I never skip a day. That's why I've used 3 journals in the last year and a half. That's so crazy. And I love journaling every day because it is definitely a way that I let myself feel what I feel. I always tell people my journal entries almost always start upset, frustrated, angry. I'm over it. Has been many, many, many times that I have written things in here. And it's just so fun to look back and think about how many times I started my day in a rut. And if I hadn't actually communicated and journaled and written out those things, I probably would have never gotten to the point where I loved my life and I set myself up to win and I got excited about what I was up to and I actually had intention for the day. So journaling is a really great way to get all the stuff out that you just wake up with so that you can get to the good juices of your day, which is your intention, what it is that you're up to, what it is that you want to create. And even the practice of getting up getting myself out of bed, because I get up at 5:45 every morning and I get in my car and I go to my local coffee shop and I journal for an hour. And the reason I do this is because it gets me out of my space that I'm always in, even though I love my space and I love my all the color and all the beautifulness around me. It gets me out of this space so that I'm not, getting into this energy of like, oh, maybe I should go do this, or I'm getting distracted by the things around me that I quote unquote need to do. A lot of the objections that people come up with around journaling is I'm not good at writing. I don't feel like it's natural. I don't know what to write. And it feels like a waste of time. And these are all things that you figure out for yourself by just doing it. But I can tell you the benefits for me. I have had a lot of emotional distress that could have easily become physical pain come out of journaling. Like, that I didn't have to go through it physically, that I let myself, because I do it every single day in these journals, I genuinely, like, let myself feel it and let it go daily, sometimes even hourly. Sometimes I'm in here, like, writing during the day if I'm having a really hard day. So, writing things down and letting yourself just go and it not have any point or any kind of, plot or outline or any of that, but just letting yourself free flow as you write is such a powerful way to let go of emotions, release things that are distressing you or that you're struggling around, and letting yourself write it down until you move to, until you are able to reframe what it is that you're feeling. And I love that about journaling. These are my favorite journals. If you want one of these journals, I have my Amazon affiliate link down below, so you can go click that. Know that any Amazon affiliate links that I have in here, it means that I get a portion of the money back. It doesn't take any money from you. Literally, you're just here to support creators who are promoting things that they love. And so it doesn't take or add any money to you. It literally is just money that Amazon pays me for promoting their content and promoting their products that they offer on Amazon. Love these journals. They're amazing. Okay, so that is the first of the top 5 emotional release practices that I myself use. The second one is moving in nature, and I love walking. I think you guys are clear by now. I love walking. I love especially trail walking and hiking. And I didn't used to like that. In fact, a lot of times I was the person who didn't want to go on the walks, who didn't want to go out when everybody else was. And a lot of that was because my body hurt a lot when I wasn't walking all the time. And so whenever I would start to walk, I would feel pain. And so I got to trick my brain into actually incentivizing walking. So not walking for the purpose of walking, but walking because I loved nature, because I wanted to be out in the woods, because I wanted to walk in the city, because I wanted to talk with friends. Like, I tricked my brain into thinking that I liked walking for other reasons besides walking. And that really supported me in getting my body moving, because every time I came back from a walk, I felt more energy. I felt like less achy. I felt alive. I felt ready to rock and roll. I always thought that I was going to be tired. But oftentimes, I actually have more energy when I come back from a walk than I did before I left. And so walking, and walking particularly in nature, getting yourself out into the woods, getting yourself on, back road trails, getting yourself in places that are not so humanized and are going to have you just like let go of all of the responsibilities and the things that you're up to every single day, and have you just be present with life and nature and everything around you that God has created. Like, it's so beautiful and so amazing and so calming. I've found it to be one of the most impactful ways that I slow myself down. I'm even like slowing myself down thinking about walking in nature. So, walking in nature is a really amazing way for you to let go of emotions, feel what it is that you're feeling, release it, and move forward with your day and your intentions and what you're up to. I love walking. Now I love walking because I love being in nature, and I love going out and visiting people, and I love walking and talking with people. And I've incentivized it in a way that it works for me. So moving, walking, being in nature is a really, really beautiful way to release and be in a practice of releasing every single day. The third emotional release practice that we're going to talk about is creative expression. And of course, that would be from me. I am talking particularly about painting. I love painting. Has anybody wondered about that? I love painting. Here's why I love painting. It's not about the end result for me. It's about the experience of painting. It's about falling in love with creating and celebrating everything that I complete, everything that I'm in before I've even started, like celebrating the ability to create and express myself. And I have painted some things that are really dark. Like I'm looking around I have my art everywhere around me, and I have painted some things that are really dark and really sad or really angsty. And those have been times where I actually genuinely felt those things. And I love being able to express my emotions through art before my brain ever knows exactly what it is that I feel. I can look at my paintings and see what it is that I feel before my brain can tell me. Think about that. What if you had the ability to catch yourself in the emotions, in the feelings before your brain even caught up? That's the gift of painting, expressing yourself, being in expressive creative spaces, drawing, sketching, painting, doing ceramics, sculpting. I don't care what it is. Get yourself in an artistic space and have fun with it and let go of you're doing it wrong or you don't know how to or you're not an artist. Like, let go of all of that. Because honestly, art is not about that. It is about the experience. It's about being in the space and being able to appreciate and be grateful for what it is that's coming out of you. Because really, like, art is something that comes out of you. It's something that you are expressing and feeling and therefore communicating to others. And we're going to have a whole video on that. So I'm really, really excited. By the way, FYI, if you're getting any value from this video, definitely subscribe. But also, I'm going to put my link down below. In fact, I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't put it down there now. But I'm going to put it down below so you can find that link after. I almost wonder that if you refresh, I think if you refresh, then you will see the link. I'm just going to put it in here. Workshop. I have a workshop coming up that is going to be all about this, and it's going to be absolutely, absolutely amazing. And the workshop is all about freedom and embodying freedom and letting go of the limitation to stand in possibility. Talk about an amazing way to release and let go. And we're going to learn a lot of these practices in this workshop in a whole lot more depth. But this is why I love painting and creativity and expression, because so much of this is about you doing the unconscious work, not verbalizing it, not thinking about it. Because remember, whatever comes out of your mouth, your brain is already thinking about what it is that you're going to say. So oftentimes, unless we're doing the work of like being expressive and letting ourselves feel and express what it is that we feel, everything that we're saying is coming from our head. And if it's coming from your head, then it's like a delayed reaction. It's a filter from what you're actually feeling. Sometimes we get to have filters. Sometimes it's good to have filters. And sometimes it just doesn't serve us because we're not actually being honest with what it is that we actually feel. So remember that creative expression is a really powerful way for you to express yourself and feel what it is that you feel. So my workshop is coming up and you definitely can join that. Also, I always have classes. So if you ever want to know more about me, you can always find me on my social medias and go DM me or message me or such to see how you can get in that space. But I really would love you to come to the workshop because the workshop is going to be a really great way for you to introduce yourself to embodying your expressiveness and your creativity and how that creates freedom in your life. Ooh, so exciting. So we have talked about journaling. We've talked about moving and walking in nature. We've talked about creating expressive habits and having something artistic and creative that you can do every single day. I paint every single day, and a lot of my students paint every single day. So if you want to be one of those people, let me know. And really take that on for yourself because painting every day can open up so much for you. So our fourth is breathing exercises. So Breathing is something that I just did not realize was so important until I had an experience a couple months ago with a massage therapist. And while he was working out all of my knots, I get a massage every month because I have a lot of drama going on in my body at any given time. I have chronic pain. So I'm always struggling with like knots and tension in my body. And he was the only person that I'd ever met that actually had me work with him. So he would have me breathe in and hold while he was pushing on my back. And then as I released my exhale, he was releasing tension on my back. Now, I'm sharing this with you for a specific reason. This is one way to use breath. But there are a lot of times where we are running through life doing the next thing, and we're not even slowing down and present enough to realize, okay, have I taken an intentional breath? This doesn't need to be some woo woo conversation. Really, genuinely, breathing is a part of every second of your life because you've got to breathe to survive. And yet, a lot of times we take advantage of it or we don't appreciate it because it's just a part of living. And being intentional about our breathing, being intentional about giving our body those moments of a pause to breathe and really take in whatever it is that we're experiencing in that moment is a really, really amazing way to release emotion. And that's kind of a little tip, but I want you to pause today and really catch yourself as much as you can, just giving yourself that pause, that moment to just breathe and let yourself feel and let yourself take that moment to be present. So breathing exercises are really important. The final and fifth emotional release practice is stretching and movement. And I do something that kind of combines the stretching and the breathing. And I'm going to show you actually how I do it. And I want you to do it with me. So if you're live here or you're watching afterward, actually do it with me. So I want you sitting down. I have a very squeaky chair. I want you sitting down and I want your feet on the ground flat. Okay. And just get relaxed wherever you are, wherever you're seated. And I want you to take, obviously, I don't have hands. It's going to look a little different for you, but I want you to curl your arm around and really like touch this side of your head, right? So the opposite side of your head. So you're going to take your right arm and your hand, and you're just going to gently move your head over. And you're going to bring this arm down. And you're just going to pull your head, not too much, just a little bit. And as you pull, I want you to hold for a few seconds. And as you hold that, you're going to inhale. Now, it might feel tighter as you inhale. So just be mindful of how much pull you're doing because you don't want it to be tremendously uncomfortable, but there's going to be some tension that you're going to get to release. So we're going to inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to release. I do this a lot. We're going to do it on the other side. So we're going to pull, we're going to inhale. And then we're going to release and let go. And I want you to do that a couple times today. And you can do it forward, you can do it backward, you can do it sideways, you can do every like treat your neck and your head like a clock. And so you can like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way around, right? I do this multiple times a day and it really helps release some of the tension that's building up just by sitting and doing a lot of computer work or being stationary a lot. And it helps so incredibly much to let go of the tension. And again, I'm using my breathing to work with me and to work with my body. That's one thing I do. The other thing that I do is I will roll my neck around. And then as I do that like 10 or 20 times, I bring it back around clockwise. So that's a really good way to keep things moving in your neck. I find my neck to be the most uncomfortable place. Especially if you are very sedentary. Your neck, your shoulders, your head, your back, even your lower back could get really, really angry if you're not moving a lot. And the reality is our body is meant to move. And what I've noticed is that like painting, this is why I love painting so much, because a lot of times I'm very much moving myself. And when I have big paintings that I do, I'm moving myself a lot. And I love that feeling because I feel like I'm a part of the painting and that my body is a part of the painting. And so sometimes when I'm sitting here and I'm doing a lot of computer work, I just pause and I a lot of times I'll set a timer and I'll get up and move around and I'll move my arms and I'll just like give myself time to stretch and move. The other thing that I love a lot is music. Turn some music on and have a little dance party with yourself, 2 minutes, whatever. But give yourself time to actually move in your body because a lot of times you're going to get really, really present to what it is that you feel and where you feel it in your body when you give yourself the space to move. I have had so many times where I have felt really stressed and anxious about things. And when I just went and moved or stretched or went for a walk or did some breathing or went and did a painting, I came back clearer on what it was that I was struggling with. And also, a lot of times, resolving what it was that I was struggling with. So, if any of this was supportive to you, if these top 5 things that I do every single day support you, I want to know, which one are you going to start with this week? Which one are you going to jump into and lean into and play with this week? Is it journaling every day? Yes, 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 please. Is it, like really leaning into nature and going for walks every day or as much as you can and getting outside and maybe gardening or whatever it is that you get to do? Is it painting? Like giving yourself the space to be messy and creative and expressive? Is it breathing and allowing yourself to have that pause and be present? Or are you going to really lean into stretching and moving your body and letting yourself actually do some exercises in your body to support your body in strengthening and getting the oxygen and the blood that it needs to function properly? Whichever one you are starting with this week, I really would love to know. You can comment on this YouTube channel and this video in particular, and I will see it and I'll definitely respond. Or you can find me on any of my social medias and DM me and let me know, hey, I watched your video. This is what I'm going to be working on. Super excited about it. Or I'm feeling some kind of way about it, whatever it is. Happy to support you. But if any part of this video supported you, I'm really glad because that's why I'm here and it's why I'm coming back. For some of you who have watched my channel for a while, you know that I've been gone for a little bit. So I'm excited about coming back and being on the channel. Woohoo! If you would like to come to my workshop, I'm going to make sure that I put the link down below. I don't think that it saved itself, but I will put it down below and you'll be able to actually jump into my workshop if you would like to come. It's a really great example of practicing embodiment and emotional release tools to let go of things that don't actually support you, that are taking energy from you, that are not having you be the best version of yourself. And so if you want to, jump into that workshop, I'm going to link it down below. It's probably not going to show up until a couple seconds after this goes down. So just stay tight and you will find the workshop link there. You can also find me on all my social media links and all of that as well. I always love to connect with each of you because I know that each of you matter and what you have to say and what you have to share with me matters too. So I love you all very much. Happy Monday or whenever it is that you're watching this. And I will see you on the next video. All right. Bye.